Yeah. So let's do this. So last night, Charlie Intel, a bunch of other news sources said that new info from Call of Duty 2025 focus test has allegedly leaked. No, if you don't know what a focus test is, essentially, people go and check out the game and give their opinions on it. This is very early, which has me concerned. So I don't know when this focus test actually took place. MP could feature updated Omni movement with wall jumps, body shields, and that can be kicked around. Not sure what that means. And uplink returns. Now, for uplink to return, it can't just be wall runs. It has to be boost jumps. Activision has not confirmed if the leak is real. Okay. Wall jumps, sack. All right, so that happened. Then Nero made a video. He was the first person I saw make a video. We've watched a lot of Nero lately. The thing I like about Nero's videos is he always gives his take on it, and I'm interested to hear what he has to say. So essentially, that is what we are working with here, and that is where the video comes in. Did I see the campaign leak of 2025? I did, and I think he covers it here, so we'll talk about that when he gets to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and I can't believe I'm making this video right now because Black Ops 6 isn't even out yet. We're still more than a week away.
This happens every single year before the launch of a new Call of Duty game, because the people that actually have the leaks wait until Call of Duty is in the news before they leak it. This happens every single year, every year.
From the launch of that game, and yet here we are talking about Call of Duty 2025. I mean, this was leaked a while ago. Early reports indicated that the game was going to be a sequel to Black Ops 2 and featured remastered versions of all the classic Black Ops 2 maps. That sounds an awful lot like what happened recently with Modern Warfare 3, which launched with all...
So that's interesting to begin with. So what I think is going on here is... they're doing what Modern Warfare 3 did, but they don't want to be labeled a DLC. So the only way that they can do that is if they change enough gameplay-wise. So, enter wall runs.
16 original OG Modern Warfare 2 maps, and then wait until post-launch to start adding original content to the game. Well, today, new leaks have surfaced from somebody named Fumo. I'll put a link to their Twitter down there in the description. If they're
also never heard of this person, so grain of salt.
Twitter's even still up by the time Activision gets their hands on them. And what Fumo posted is information that they got from somebody who is in a focus group for Call of Duty 2025. When it comes to these focus groups, they are under strict NDA, and usually all forms of communication are taken from the players before they go in, but we have seen leaks come out of these groups in the past. Even here on this very channel, I may have been the first person, or at least one of the first people out there, to reveal details about Warzone 2, because somebody from one of those focus group playtests reached...
How big of a mistake was that one?
...out to me to let me know what they saw in there. I made my video, the entire community saw it, they were all talking about it. Like, I didn't think Nero Cinema would be the place I was learning about Warzone, but here we are, and most of what that person told me ended up coming true through Warzone 2 as well as DMZ. That person did eventually get caught for what it's worth. I'm not sure what happened to them, but credible stuff does come from these leaks, so keep that in mind, while also taking everything you hear today with a grain of salt, because this is all very subject to change. According to Fumo's Insider, Call of Duty 2025 will indeed be a Black Ops 2 sequel set in the year 2035 with David Mason.
So I've heard two things. I've heard the year 2035 and I've heard the year 2030, which is odd. Now, I think 2035 would make a lot more sense because Black Ops 2 is 2025, Black Ops 4 was 2045, and Black Ops 3 was 2065. So they always do that like something 5. So 35 would actually make a lot more sense. It would be 10 years after Black Ops 2, which would make David Mason pretty old.
As the main protagonist.
Also, would make Menendez very old.
Movement is going to be a feature in the game, but it's going to be expanded upon compared to what we see in Black Ops 6, which is really weird because Black Ops 6 isn't even out yet. So if you have features for the system planned for COD 2025, why not just add them into the game this year? It may be because of the setting and the theme of COD 2025,
and they're not
because
done yet,
it said that there's going to be some sort of wall jump in the game. It doesn't sound quite like advanced movement, like you're running on the walls.
But I feel like if they're adding uplink, they need to have boost jumps, right?
Thing like you were back in Black Ops 3, but it definitely sounds a lot more advanced than what we have now, which kind of makes sense given the fact that COD 2025 reportedly is going to be set between the events of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 4. Just going off of memory here.
The COD timeline is too confusing. That's why you follow me. Speaking of which, I have one more timeline video that I need to do before the launch of Black Ops 6. One that I haven't done yet. and is probably the most important one out of all of the characters. I plan on either having it Saturday or Sunday. I need to work on it at some point today, so I'm just saying.
The dates aren't going to be exact, but work with me here. Black Ops 2 is 2025. This game here is going to be in 2035. I think Black Ops 4 was like 2045 or something like that. And I think Black Ops 3 was 2065.
You are correct, Nero.
So this game is going to be set between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 4. So they won't quite have jetpacks or anything, but they definitely leave open the possibility for more advanced movement. So
actually, that's a really good point. If they didn't have jetpacks in 2045, they're probably not going to have jetpacks in 2035.
See how that's going to play out. Not much else was really said about the multiplayer besides human shields will return, but this time players can throw their human shields towards enemy players. Then of course we have the return of the original Black Ops 2 maps, as well as the return of game modes like Gun Game and Uplink. Now when it comes to zombies, things are going to be round based but offer a bit more variety supposedly with this game, because there's going to be options for 8-man zombies, which sounds freaking incredible, as well as
odd. That's an odd leak. That is an odd leak.
It's a classic mode where players start off with only a pistol and then have to.
So there was a leak that said classic mode was supposed to come to Black Ops 6, and it very well might, or what I'm wondering is maybe it comes with an update when the new game comes out.
Go out and get everything instead of just spawning in with a primary weapon loaded up with attachments along with field upgrades, lethals, tacticals, gobblegums, and all that stuff. This one in particular is a bit odd to me because it seems like there was some mention of classic zombies within the Black Ops 6 game files, and I know for a fact there are tons, I mean tons of zombie fans out there that want that feature in Black Ops 6. So while it's still possible for the classic mode to exist in this year's game, it sounds like it's going to be a core feature, or might be a core feature of COD 2025. Also, the idea of 8-man zombies would be incredible. What was the name of that game mode back in Black Ops 2? Was it called Grief? That game mode was so much fun. You had 2 teams of 4, if I recall, playing zombies together, trying to grief the other team into dying in one capacity or another. They never really expanded upon that.
You know, it gets too complicated when they start retconning things. We don't know that Black Ops has retconned anything. So I have a theory. Oh man, this should be a video. I don't think they're retconning anything. I don't think they're retconning the rest of Black Ops 2. I'm going to have a video on this probably this weekend as well. I don't think they're retconning anything. I think they are defining what the canon ending of Black Ops 2 is with Black Ops 6 and the next game. So what this tells me is essentially Menendez is going to be at the end of the game. They're going to push forth his narrative going into the next game. We've already seen Cortus die stuff in promotional material. Again, another video I have to make. I have so many videos. Are you getting the point? I've got a lot of videos I got to make before this.
Really tried anything new when it came to a game mode like that within zombies, and so maybe having 8-person zombies could be pretty crazy, but you might think the maps would have to be pretty large for 8 people to all kind of coexist. I already have trouble with 4 people on the map of people stealing zombies from my window, right? So apparently within COD 2025 they are going to have a giant zombies map, kind of similar to Transit with its own built-in transfer.
I wonder what that would be like, or I wonder if they're going to go Outbreaks. I could do more. I liked Outbreak, guys. I'm not going to lie, I liked Outbreak.
Bus. That sounds interesting to me. I am unapologetically a fan of Transit from back in the day. A lot of people didn't like it, but most of the issues stemmed from it being limited by the hardware at the time, having to work on the Xbox 360.
I wonder if they did like an Outbreak mode meets Transit, where instead of going through portals to different zones, it was all interconnected. Do you get what I'm saying? And you could choose what zone you go.
Yeah, as well as the PlayStation 3. For me, the map was really fun because it was cool finding all the hidden stuff everywhere, like Nocturne Toten being in the middle of a cornfield, or the cabin in the middle of nowhere that had a Bowie knife. Transit, for me anyway, I know I'm only speaking for myself here because I know lots of people hate Transit, but it seemed like the perfect balance of classic zombies, but on a much larger scale, unlike what they've been doing recently with modes like Outbreak and Modern Warfare Zombies, where basically you just have
Vegas Wayne, thank you for the prime sub, you legend.
Have zombies running around on a Warzone map. You know, Transit felt like a zombies map. Was it a classic zombies map? By no means. It was large.
Oh, also, other thing I'm working on, hype train notification. I have it done. I need to add audio into it. You guys are going to like it.
You had to ride the bus around. There's different little tiny maps basically spread all over. It was a much different experience, but it felt a lot more like zombies than Liberty Falls, for example, that we're seeing within Black Ops 6. So that could be interesting, but unfortunately, that's pretty much all the news and the leaks that we got today in regards to COD 2025. But again, take everything you heard here today with a grain of salt, as Black Ops 6 is not even out yet, but we all know the Call of Duty cycle never stops, and this game has already been in development for a while, so it stands to reason.
Did this leak confirm that Treyarch is making it? Like, was there anyone that actually, like, maybe I need to go back and look at these, because, I mean, Charlie Intel wrote an article on it, or Dexerto did. But was it ever actually confirmed? No, it wasn't. See, this is what I mean. That's important information.
Eventually, if we hear anything more about the game, of course, I will keep you posted here on the channel. So be sure to subscribe if you guys are new around here. But for right now, we're gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I will, Nero. See, I like that he puts his own take into those videos. He does a very good job with that. I think that's why we watch him so much here. Is just because it's not just the information. That's kind of why I like Milo as well. He gives the intel and then his opinion on it.